Welcome! Thank you very much for visiting Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy website and for clicking through the home page's link to view this very intriguing presentation. I am I from Subliminet. I from Subliminet do not exist. I from Subliminet do not exist because I from Subliminet am a copyright and trademark protected avatar owned exclusively by Subliminet Incorporated. Subliminet is an internet publisher of unique information. Subliminet Incorporated currently owns copyright title to a unique guidebook, which Subliminet Incorporated contends can prove, beyond the shadows of all doubts, that there are at least two presumed impossible impossibilities that have now become far more possible than merely possibly possible. To heighten the guidebook's visibility on the World Wide Web, Subliminet has developed 3 online marketing campaigns. 1. Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy. 2. A blogging forum. And 3. A blogging contest and a blogging forum to introduce the guidebook supporting documentation, as well as a myriad of other diverse but relevantly related products and services to as many readers as possible, in as many languages as possible, in as many regions of this planet as possible. Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy began the instant the very first banner ads were posted online, officially announcing the beginning of Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy, as well as the eventual commencement of a blogging forum and the possible activation of a blogging contest. The blogging forum, or Subliminet's Meaningful Connections blogging forum, is currently scheduled to begin on November 11th, 2011. The blogging contest, or Subliminet's Meaningful Connections blogging contest, is currently awaiting activation and then scheduling. If activation of the contest does not occur prior to November 11th, 2011, blogging campaign number 3 cannot occur. By choosing to become an original member of Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy, you can choose to play a huge part in the activation of the Meaningful Connections blogging contest before November 11, 2011. If and only if at least 5,555 of Subliminet's total number of website visitors register to become an original member of Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy prior to November 11, 2011, and if and only if at least 2,778 of the first 5,555 original members vote and choose to activate the contest, marketing campaign number 3 could then be activated, and both Subliminet's Meaningful Connections blogging forum and Subliminet's Meaningful Connections blogging contest would simultaneously begin. As an original member of Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy, you must constantly consider whether or not that which is now currently presumed impossibly impossible will ever become possible, or even actualizable, or achievable, or enactable, or experienceable, either years from now, or decades, or centuries, or even millennia from now. Is the impossible possible? For more than several millennia, some of that which was supposed to be, or assumed to be, or believed to be impossible have become, during the course of all human events, not merely possible, or even possibly possible, but have also become explainable, demonstratable, actualizable, enactable, experienceable, and achievable. Which impossible impossibilities can you identify that have never and will never become possible? Which impossible impossibilities can you identify that have become possible? Which have become more than just possible? Is entering another dimension possible? What defines a dimension? Dimensions are either spatial or temporal. A single line most simply describes one dimension, a plane describes 2, and a cube describes 3 spatial dimensions. Time, a temporal dimension, constitutes the 4th. These 3 spatial dimensions currently exist now within the fourth dimension of time. If time is a dimension, then what of timelessness? Is timelessness another possible dimension? Subliminet contends that timelessness is not merely a dimension of temporality, but that timelessness is also the dimension within which all 10 known or theorized dimensions exist. Timelessness is not the fifth dimension. Timelessness is the 11th dimension. Subliminet contends that timelessness is a dimension that can easily be entered into and exited from the dimensions of space within the dimension of time, and that the dimension of timelessness is briefly entered into and exited from almost each and every day, by most, if not all, individuals, while asleep and even while awake. Subliminet contends that it is not and never was impossible to enter the dimension of timelessness for extended durations of time. Subliminet contends that entering and exiting the dimension of timelessness, while exiting and entering the dimensions of space within time, while awake and not asleep, occurs whenever any individual subjectively experiences the passing of time more slowly or more quickly than time independently and relatively passes within the dimension of time, and is therefore not merely possible or even possibly possible, but that it is enactable, experienceable, actualizable, and achievable, but not so very easily demonstratable or even explainable. Subliminet contends that experiencing the passing of time more slowly or more quickly than the independent and relative passing of time is equivalent to time traveling. Subliminet contends that entering and exiting the dimension of timelessness, while exiting and entering the dimensions of space within time, while awake and not asleep, does not merely accelerate or decelerate the passing of time an individual subjectively experiences. Exiting and entering these dimensions also accelerates or decelerates the senescence process, which is the process of aging. Subliminet contends that there is a technique, a new and unique and never before enacted technique, capable of enabling any individual to enter the dimension of timelessness for extended durations while accelerating the experience of the passing of time, which in turn decelerates the senescence process, the process of aging. Subliminet contends that this new and unique and never before enacted technique, when safely and successfully enacted by any individual for an extended duration of both time and timelessness, actually decelerates the senescence process because the individual has time traveled. For example, from the perspective of the individual that experiences timelessness for an extended duration while within the dimensions of timelessness for an extended duration, 2 or 3 independently passed hours, independently passing within the dimensions of space within time, may seem like an hour or 2 of past time to the individual when re-entering the dimensions of space within time from the dimension of timelessness. Subliminet contends that an individual subjectively experiencing an hour or 2 of past time while within the dimension of timelessness, upon re-entering the dimensions of space within time from within the dimension of timelessness, immediately following 2 or 3 hours of independently past time, independently passing within the dimensions of space within time, while within the dimension of timelessness, only ages the individual an hour or 2, not 2 or 3. Therefore, Subliminet contends, the subjective but indirect experience of time passing, subjectively and indirectly experienced by an individual, ages the individual, and not the independent passing of time, independently passing throughout within the dimension of time. Subliminet contends that because it is impossible for any individual to directly perceive the independent passing of time while within the dimensions of space within time, or while within the dimension of timelessness, or even while within the dimension of time alone, the individual always perceives time indirectly by cognitively but subjectively reconstructing the passing of time within the context of the procession of sequenced events and occurrences. Subliminet contends that safely and successfully enacting a new and unique and never before enacted technique will prove beyond the shadows of all doubts to any individual enacting this new and unique and never before enacted technique for extended durations of both time and timelessness that there are indeed at least two impossible impossibilities that have now become far more possible than merely possibly possible. Subliminet contends that the unique guidebook, comprised of both digitized text and various formats of digital media, and developed for presentation within not 4 but 5 dimensions, along with related documentation and other related products and services, and a unique trans-world, transnational, translinguistic, transcultural, trans-theological, trans-demographical blogging forum, or, where not prohibited by law, blogging contest, and logic, and science, and research, and experimentation, and participation, and experience, and evaluation, and contemplation, and discourse can and will prove, beyond the shadows of all doubts, to any individual safely and successfully enacting this new and unique and never before enacted technique for an extended duration of both time and timelessness, that at least two impossible impossibilities have now become far more possible than merely possibly possible. Subliminet contends that attempting to enact this new and unique technique can be easily enacted by any individual, but that it cannot be successfully enacted for extended durations unless the individual is properly supervised while within a properly presented environment. This new and unique technique cannot be successfully enacted unless safely attempting to enact it first. This technique can only be successfully enacted while attempting to enact it while within a safe and unique environment. This new and unique but never before enacted technique has not yet been successfully enacted. Has not yet been successfully enacted for an extended duration of both time and timelessness, because adequately safe environments within which to safely enact this new and unique technique are not readily available. Attempts in the past have been made to enact this technique for extended durations of both time and timelessness, but the environment within which these attempts were enacted were only safe enough to allow for attempting to enact this technique. These environments did not adequately provide for the safe and successful enactment of this technique for extended, uninterrupted durations of both time and timelessness. Subliminet contends that any individual attempting to enact this technique while within environments which are merely safe enough to attempt this technique nonetheless effectuates enormous overall physical and psychical benefits, the extent of which have yet to be determined. Subliminet contends that merely attempting to enact this salubrious technique will provide invaluably beneficial health opportunities to individuals suffering from any one of several debilitating conditions or life-threatening illnesses, while also undoubtedly and undeniably decelerating the senescence process, the process of aging. Subliminet contends that safely and successfully enacting this new and unique technique for an extended duration of both time and timelessness will provide invaluable overall physical and psychical health benefits far beyond those achieved by merely attempting to enact this never-before enacted salubrious technique. Subliminet contends that safely and successfully enacting this technique for an extended duration will convince the individual that at least one, if not both, impossible impossibilities relevantly related to the guidebook are indeed far more than just possibly possible, but will also convince the individual that enacting this salubrious technique seemingly aspires somehow to the entering of a fountain of youthfulness, thereby decelerating the senescence process. Subliminet contends that the two impossible impossibilities relevantly related to the guidebook are not possible are not actualizable or achievable or demonstratable or explainable or enactable or even experienceable by any individual unless an individual 1. Safely and successfully enacts the technique for an extended duration while within a safe and adequately supervised environment, that Subliminet, and only Subliminet Incorporated, can provide. 2. Reads the guidebook and most, if not all, documentation supporting the document. And 3. Interacts with most, if not all, of the other unique products and services Subliminet Incorporated is currently either researching or developing or marketing for retail sale. Subliminet contends that any individual that 1. Reads the guidebook and most, if not all, of the guidebook's supporting documentation, 2. Safely and successfully enacts the technique for extended, uninterrupted durations, and 3. Interacts with most, if not all, of Subliminet's other unique products and services, will be convinced that there are indeed at least 2 impossibilities that have now become far more possible than merely possibly possible. I from Subliminet invite you now to become a member of a unique quest to prove beyond the shadows of all doubts that there are indeed at least 2 impossibilities which are now not merely possibly possible, but are also possible, actualizable, demonstratable, explainable, and achievable, even enactable and experienceable, even by you. Subliminet's quest for relevancy was designed to entertain, inform, motivate, inspire, involve, challenge, intrigue, befuddle, surprise, shock, reward, poll, and anonymously track and anonymously follow each and every anonymously participating original member that joins Subliminet's quest for relevancy, while also increasing the relevance of the Quest for Relevancy brand to Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy website homepage, as well as to all the information and activity contained and conducted within the entire Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy website. This quest for relevancy is, in essence, a quest to prove, beyond the shadows of all doubts, that at least 2 impossibilities may be possibly possible, may now actually be enactable and experienceable even by you. But can this quest for relevancy fulfill each of these intentions and/or contentions previously presented, as well as all those that will eventually arise during these marketing campaigns? To become an original member of Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy, each applicant must submit an $11.11 non-refundable membership fee. As an original member, you will immediately be issued a voucher entitling you to a digital copy of the unique guidebook, which is at least a $33.33 retail value, which Subliminet Incorporated currently owns copyright title to. This guidebook was created to prove, beyond the shadows of all doubts, that there are at least 2 impossibilities that have now become not merely possibly possible, but are also possible, actualizable, achievable, explainable, demonstratable, even enactable and experienceable, even by you. Copies of this unique guidebook will be exchangeable for these vouchers beginning precisely at 11:11 p.m. on February the 29th, 2012. Each original member of the Quest for Relevancy will be 1. Assigned a personal tracking number to ensure membership anonymity, and 2. Granted permission to post blog comments, and as original membership increases, each original member will be granted permission to 1. Respond to polling questions, 2. Score or rank all posted Quest for Relevancy blog topics, 3. Receive an in-house Quest for Relevancy email account, 4. Search for hidden treasures of cash hidden anywhere throughout Subliminet's Quest for Relevancy website pages, and as banner advertisers begin to grow in number, Each original member will be granted exclusive accessibility to valuable consumer coupons and discounts available from a vast and diverse array of retailer banner ads displayed everywhere throughout Subliminet's Quest for Relevancy website pages. Each and every original member will also be granted an opportunity to choose to become a Meaningful Connections blogging contest contestant, but only after a critical mass of 5,555 original members is reached and contest proceedings are activated by subsequent original membership vote. Activation of the contest must occur no later than November 11th, 2011, by which time the starting date, the quantity and value of the contest's award and prizes, and the official rules of the Meaningful Connections blogging contest will have to become publicly available to activate the contest. The inactive Meaningful Connections blogging forum will begin as scheduled on that date. As an original member of the Quest for Relevancy marketing campaign, you will be granted an opportunity to play a part in choosing which marketing strategy Subliminet Incorporated should pursue, as well as how Subliminet should spend part of your membership dollars during the next Subliminet Incorporated marketing campaign, conducted as either an inactive blogging forum or as an active blogging contest and an inactive blogging forum. All unofficial exit polling of all new original membership applicants will allow each applicant to choose between participating in an active blogging contest or an inactive blogging forum immediately following the conclusion of the application process for entry into Quest for Relevancy membership. All fees collected from the Quest for Relevancy original membership will be used to 1. Finance all corporate expenses, 2. Implement improvements to all aspects of the Subliminet's online Quest for Relevancy website, 3. Expand original membership privileges, 4. Make charitable contributions, 5. Continue research and development of all unique but not yet ready for retail sale products and services, 6. Market all market-ready products and services, 7. Operate an inactive Meaningful Connections blogging forum marketing campaign alone, or both the inactive Meaningful Connections blogging contest and the inactive Meaningful Connections blogging forum marketing campaigns simultaneously. An active version of the blogging contest would include opportunities to 1. Compete for various cash awards for posting blog comments in relevant relation to up to 888 blog topics posted individually over a 111-day period. 2. Solve various fill-in puzzles for cash prizes. 3. Search for hidden cash treasures. And 4. Implement cutting-edge analytics tracking, tabulating, and reporting. An inactive version of the blogging forum would also include 888 individually posted blog topics to comment upon over a 111-day period, but the inactive blogging forum would operate inertly, without awards, without prizes, without hidden treasures, without competition, without sophisticated, up-to-date, cutting-edge analytics tracking and reporting. As an original member of the Quest for Relevancy, and if you choose to participate in an active contest, you will also have an opportunity to choose whether or not each contest award category should be structured as a single large award or as multiple smaller valued awards, tiered from smaller to larger, from first to second to third, or to possibly even more places. On November 11th, 2011, whether 5,555 original members in the Quest for Relevancy have been retained or not, an inert and inactive Meaningful Connections blogging forum will begin. All original members will have exclusive opportunities to post blog comments and, as the number of original members grows, will eventually have an opportunity to score all posted blog topics. As an original member of the Quest for Relevancy, and once you have become a part of 5,555 total original members, and if you choose to participate in an active blogging contest, And if a majority of original members have voted and chosen to participate in an active contest for an original $11.11, you will then be granted exclusive opportunity to compete for valuable cash awards and prizes and search for hidden treasures in Subliminet's next marketing campaign, the Meaningful Connections Blogging Contest. If you choose not to submit an additional $11.11 to become a blogging contest contestant, you will remain an original member of the Quest for Relevancy and will be given an opportunity to participate in the inactive blogging forum. However, the additional $11.11 entry fee will be waived if and only if 11,111 original members have joined the online Quest for Relevancy marketing campaign. To discover where and how to enact this new and unique and never before enacted salubrious technique, in order to prove beyond the shadows of all doubts that the impossible is now enactable and experienceable by any individual, an original member of the Quest for Relevancy should 1. Participate by posting blog comments that are relevantly related to each blog topic posted during the proceedings of the inactive blogging forum or the active blogging contest and inactive blogging forum. 2. Watch all digital videos, stills, and shorts presented for consideration before and after the release for retail sale of the Unique Guidebook on February 29, 2012. 3. Read entire guidebook, which proves beyond the shadows of all doubts that at least 2 impossible impossibilities are indeed possible, as well as enactable and experienceable. 4. Read all of the guidebook's supporting documentation in their entirety. 5. Attempt to enact the new and unique and never before enacted technique while within a safe and unique environment provided by Subliminet Incorporated and only Subliminet Incorporated. A new and unique and never before enacted salubrious technique that Subliminet Incorporated currently owns copyright title to. 6. Actually enact both safely and successfully this new and unique and never before enacted salubrious technique while within a safe and unique environment provided exclusively for you to enter into by Subliminet Incorporated and only Subliminet Incorporated. 7. Interact with and experience as many of Subliminet Incorporated's other relevantly related products and services once each becomes available for retail sale. To learn more about how you can help in the quest for relevancy and play an important part of making a new and unique and never before provided environment available to you for you to enter into, a never before available environment for you to safely enter into, for you to prove beyond the shadows of all doubts that at least 2 impossible impossibilities are indeed possible and enactable and experienceable even by you, a new and unique environment provided to you for you to enter into at a location perhaps very easily accessible to you. Please visit www.subliminetsonlinequestforrelevancy.com to join the Quest for Relevancy to prove that the impossible is indeed possible. Thank you.